Welcome to section 7, and this section is all about MobX, and this is the state management system that we're going to introduce into our application. And the learning goals for this section is to introduce that state management. At the moment, we do not have any centralized state. We're passing our properties down to all of the individual components, and some of our components are really just acting like middlemen. They're going to receive a property and simply pass it down to the next child. And this makes our code quite unwieldy, quite verbose, and quite difficult to reason about. So we're going to solve that problem by introducing MobX, which is the state management system that we're going to introduce. Now, in order to connect our React components to MobX, which we'll talk about in the next lesson, we're going to be bringing in MobX React Lite as well. And this allows our components to become observers of the state that we store in MobX. And we also want to provide each of our components with the ability to connect directly to the store, and we're going to make our stores available via the React context. This is a place where we can actually put centralized things and allow each component to access the context directly rather than passing props down to individual components. Now we'll take a look at a before and after, but slightly different this time because our user interface is not going to change, and it's our code that's going to be cleaned up by introducing this. So let's take a look. So the current situation is we have some very busy components, and if we take a look at one of our worst offenders, which would be the app.tsx, and we take a look at the sheer amount of code that we have going on inside here, wowzers. And look at all of these things that we have to pass down to our activity dashboard. And then in our activity dashboard, we have to create an interface for this, and so on and so forth. And after we've moved our code into MobX, this is going to make our code a lot cleaner. Certainly in the app component, you can see a huge difference in the amount of code that we have in here to do various things. The activity dashboard as well is much cleaner, as for the activity list and for the activity form. So what we're going to be doing is refactoring, and we're going to take a look at that next to make use of MobX in our application.